Hey, you're offline with Miss T, and we've spent the last few days in Prague. I've never wanted to come to Prague, and I'm here. And why did I want to come to Prague? Well, I wanted to try something a bit different. So here we are in Prague, and we've spent a couple of days here, and it is a beautiful city. The buildings and architecture are styled in the Baroque style of buildings. So you have the old sort of designs that are in the streets, and the buildings are, some of them have like gold and copper decorations on them. There's towers every so often that divide the city. The streets and pavements are full of cobblestone, so if you ever come here, make sure you wear comfortable walking shoes. Probably places probably the best places to visit are the astronomical clock in Old Town Square, Charles Bridge, and the Prague Castle. So every hour, the astronomical clock does this little performance. Apparently most tourists stare at it for the 15 to 20 seconds that it plays and are baffled or confused why they spent their time watching it. But there's actually a bit of a story behind it. So if you do come to Prague, make sure you get a tour around the city. We went on a Sandeman's tour. It was quite good, 3 hours for free, and you tip the tour guide at the end. But they give you a really good view of what the history and the culture and the reasoning behind the things that Prague has and does. Now, Prague is a atheist city, so they actually got rid of all the churches. So a lot of the churches have been converted into hotels or concert halls, and they're a very apathetic city. So they don't really care much except that they don't like cultures coming in and ruining their way of doing things. But it looks like that the majority of the entire city has been changed anyway, so it's pretty much the same as a lot of touristy towns or major cities that have to cater for tourists. So as I said, check out the astronomical clock. It's pretty cool. If you do know the story behind it, go for a walk along Charles Bridge if you get a chance, and check out Prague Castle. If you go to Prague Castle, make sure you go to the back of the castle and then walk down towards it. Otherwise you'll have a really difficult time walking uphill from the bottom. Now, Prague's really cheap as well for an Australian. We can get hot chocolate or drinks, Coke and soft drinks for about 55 to 65 krona or crowns, which is about $3, $3 Australian dollars. It's amazing. It's so cheap. Also try a Tredelink. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but they're like these round pastries that are usually crispy on the outside and then soft on the inside. So it's sort of like a croissant, and it's covered in covered in sugar. And probably the best places that I had to eat were, I had a burger at a place called Meat Burger. It was heavenly for I think 300 crowns, 300 krona, and I had the best hot chocolate at a place called Colonial. So yeah, my time in Prague was pretty cool. So if you ever do get a chance to check out Prague, do so. It's a cheap place to visit, and it's really pretty, especially if you want to check out a sort of European country for what it is. So here's some outtakes and some panoramas and views of the city that I actually took on my cameras. Hope you enjoy.